Welcome to today's Transformation Dive, right here on Earn Flow Zone. Ever feel like money plays a cosmic game of hide and seek, mostly just hiding from you? It's a common feeling, trust me. We're going to unravel that today. If you're into real, actionable money and mindset content, hit like and subscribe. It helps way more than you think. Drop a comment with where you're watching from, or your biggest money habit win. Let's dive in and change the way you think about success. You open your banking app, and maybe you flinch. It's a little reflex of dread, isn't it? Perhaps you've been avoiding it for days, maybe even weeks. There's that low balance staring back, the pile of bills you haven't even sorted, or the credit card statement that's definitely auditioning for a horror movie role. You feel it, that pervasive sense that money isn't some tool you consciously use, but more like a chaotic, unpredictable weather system that just pushes you around. It shows up sometimes. Demands are instantly made, and whatever minuscule amount is left seems to evaporate into thin air before you can even whisper the words saving or investing. You hear people casually talk about manifesting wealth or adopting a positive money mindset. And honestly, when rent is due and your account looks like it's on a hunger strike, it can feel less like wisdom and more like a cruel inside joke. Here's the biggest, most debilitating myth we need to shatter right now: that your financial situation is a fixed, external problem that is simply happening to you, like trying to change the rain with sheer willpower. This belief is incredibly passive. It handcuffs you to a feeling of powerlessness. But what if that exact feeling of being controlled by money is actually the most crucial signal you could ever receive? A signal that you've simply handed over the financial steering wheel without even realizing it. This isn't about judgment or blaming past decisions. It's about a stark, honest recognition of the current state. You feel controlled by money because in this moment, you likely aren't actively controlling it. It's operating on autopilot, following old patterns, and you're just along for the ride, hoping for a smoother patch of road. Acknowledging this feeling, saying aloud or to yourself, "Okay, I feel like money controls me sometimes," is not a confession of failure. It is step 0 on the path to taking that control back. This one habit, acknowledging the feeling without judgment, can genuinely change everything. Try this for a week. Each time you feel that familiar pang of dread or avoidance around money, simply pause and observe the feeling without acting on it. Ask yourself, what's stopping you from looking? This simple awareness is the first push back against that feeling of being controlled. It's like realizing you're in the passenger seat. The first step to driving is admitting you're not driving yet. Let's dive in and change the way you think about success. Now, let's talk about something sneaky, something comfortable, something costing you dearly without you even realizing it. Think about your phone or your computer when you first bought it. It was running on factory defaults, right? It worked, sure, but it wasn't optimized for you. Your financial life? Often the exact same thing. Society, the financial system, convenience. They set up incredibly powerful defaults that most people never even think to question. Your paycheck automatically lands in a standard checking account, earning next to nothing. Bills pile up and only get paid when they scream the loudest, usually right before a late fee hits. If there's money left over, maybe it sits in a plain old savings account earning a fraction of a percent. Maybe the same rate it did decades ago. Credit cards? They arrive in the mail, easy to activate, so easy to use. Buy now, pay later options pop up everywhere, making delaying payment the new default for even small purchases. These defaults are incredibly comfortable because they demand zero immediate thought or effort. It's easier to just pay the minimum on your credit card because the statement says you can. It feels like a hassle to move your emergency fund from the big bank to a high-yield account. You keep subscribing to streaming services you barely watch because canceling takes 2 clicks you never quite get around to making. This financial inertia is a powerful, silent wealth destroyer. It's not necessarily malicious, though some defaults are definitely designed to benefit the provider, but it is profoundly expensive over time. You are losing potential interest, paying unnecessary fees, or simply spending money unconsciously because the default path is always the path of least resistance. Here's the surprising insight. Your financial pain often stems less from bad choices you consciously make, and much more from no conscious choices, just accepting the default settings life threw at you. The real cost is in the comfortable inaction. To break free from this default trap, you first need to see it clearly. Ask yourself, what's stopping you from identifying just one financial default you're currently accepting? Is it automatically paying the credit card minimum, leaving cash in a low-yield account, allowing subscriptions to auto-renew without review? Name it. See it clearly for what it is, a choice you didn't actively make that is costing you. We are hardwired, deep down, to seek the path of least resistance. It feels efficient, it feels safe, it's undeniably comfortable. Think about it like gravity for your finances, constantly pulling you towards the lowest effort option. In the world of money, that easy button is flashing everywhere, practically begging you to press it. Buy now, pay later, zap, easy purchase. That daily $7 coffee run, seamless grab on the way to work. Avoiding tracking your expenses? Oh, infinitely easier than logging every single transaction. Keeping your money parked in that familiar, near-zero interest savings account at the big bank. Feels safest, right? Or maybe you just dumped some money into a mutual fund your cousin mumbled something about because setting up that account was easy. You get the picture. These paths feel frictionless. They promise convenience, immediate gratification, and hey, who doesn't love easy? But here's the surprising truth, and it's a bit of a financial gut punch. These most comfortable financial habits often carry the highest hidden costs. The friction you avoid? It's like the resistance in a workout. It's what builds strength. Removing that friction means spending becomes automatic, saving becomes an afterthought, and suddenly building wealth feels like trying to swim upstream in a river of effortless spending. That daily coffee? Yeah, $1,820 a year adds up fast. Choosing takeout over cooking just a few times a week for a family? We're talking potentially thousands over a year. It's not about guilt trips. It's about recognizing convenience isn't free. It has a price tag, and it's often steep, paid in interest, lost gains, or simply wasted cash. Ask yourself, what's the real cost of your favorite financial convenience? Just one area where you consistently choose the easy path. The daily lunch out, the ride-sharing habit, those impulse BNPL buys. Now, actually calculate the monthly cost of that easy choice. It's simple math, but seeing that number on paper, that brings the friction back, forcing a conscious decision. This one simple act can change everything. Welcome to today's transformation dive, right here on Earn Flow Zone. Ever feel like managing your money is like trying to catch greased pigs while juggling chainsaws? Most of us are told we just need more discipline, right? Just say no to that latte. Just stop ordering takeout. As if willpower is some infinite resource you haven't unlocked yet. Spoiler alert, it's not. And relying solely on it is a fast track to feeling like a financial failure. If you're into real, actionable money and mindset content that cuts through the noise and gives you practical power, hit like and subscribe. It helps way more than you think and keeps this valuable content coming your way. Drop a comment below with where you're watching from today, or share your biggest money habit win that felt surprisingly easy. Let's dive in and change the way you think about success. You don't need willpower the size of a mountain to finally get your finances in order. Let's be real. Relying purely on discipline is exhausting and, frankly, unsustainable for most people. How many times have you intended to save money this month? Maybe even started strong, only to reach the end and find, well, you didn't? Or promised yourself you wouldn't overspend on that online sale, only to find yourself frantically clicking confirm purchase at 11 p.m.? Discipline is unreliable because it requires active energy precisely in the moment of decision. Often when you're tired, stressed, tempted, or just plain not thinking clearly. It's like trying to use sheer willpower to avoid hitting the snooze button 5 times on a Monday morning. Good luck with that. Here's the surprising truth. The true power move isn't about summoning Herculean willpower. It's about designing your financial life so the right choices are the easy choices, or even automatic. Think of it like trying to eat healthier. Instead of standing at the fridge every single night, battling your inner junk food monster to decide if you have the discipline to eat a salad, you meal prep healthy meals on Sunday. You've designed your environment so the healthy choice is now the default, the path of least resistance when you're hungry and tired. Finances work the exact same way. Instead of hoping you'll remember to save at the end of the month, when there's usually nothing left after the spending free-for-all, you set up an automatic transfer of funds from your checking to your savings or investment account the day after payday. Poof, the money is gone before you even have a chance to spend it. You've cleverly designed saving into your system rather than relying on a last-ditch effort of willpower. Instead of manually paying bills and potentially missing one, hello, late fees and credit score dings, you automate bill payments. Instead of the tedious task of tracking every single tiny expense with monastic devotion, you could experiment with a reverse budget where you save, invest first, allocate for fixed bills, and whatever is left is your guilt-free spending money within that boundary. It's saved first design. Successful people aren't necessarily endowed with supernatural self-control. They're masters of system design. They automate good habits and create deliberate friction for bad ones. The myth is that you need more discipline. The reality is you need better systems. Systematic design is exponentially more effective and less draining than raw discipline for long-term financial health. You are not a failure of willpower. You might just be a failure of design. Yet, take action today by setting up one automatic financial transfer. Start small. Make it painless. It could be $10 a week to a savings account for a specific goal, like that fancy coffee machine you keep resisting. $25 a month to an investment fund, or simply automating a bill payment you currently do manually, just to experience the power of it. Make it small, make it happen automatically, and immediately feel the difference of letting your system do the work, freeing up your precious willpower for things that actually require it. So, We've uncovered that the secret isn't in grinding out more willpower, but in crafting a financial life where good decisions are the default. It's about building systems, automating saving, and designing friction against impulse spending. The long-term benefit of this shift isn't just a healthier bank account. It's reclaiming your mental energy, reducing financial stress, and building quiet confidence that you are in control, not constantly battling yourself. It's about creating freedom, not just accumulating wealth. This deeper insight reveals that true financial security and growth aren't about denying yourself or constantly struggling. They're about intelligently setting up your world so you win by default. It's about recognizing that your environment and your systems have far more power over your daily actions than raw determination ever will. By consciously designing your financial life, you are fundamentally changing your relationship with money from one of scarcity and struggle to one of flow and control. You stop trying to be perfect and start building a structure that supports your goals, even when you're not at your best. It's a profound shift from hoping for change to engineering it. In the end, your bank account will catch up to your mindset, not the other way around. Feeling like money has a mind of its own, accepting default financial settings without question, and constantly battling the ease of convenience purchases, these are common signs you're operating without a blueprint. You're reacting to the structure given to you by systems, habits, or circumstance, not actively building your own. The fundamental shift we need to make is moving from seeing ourselves as passive passengers on a runaway financial train to becoming the architect of our financial landscape. This isn't about needing a finance degree or being a math whiz. People often underestimate that intentionality is the key skill here. It's realizing that your current financial situation, whether you're struggling to make ends meet, comfortably covering bills but not saving, or scaling a business, is largely a result of the financial structure you've either consciously built or unconsciously accepted. Consider the beginner who feels utterly overwhelmed. Their architecture might look like a leaky structure with no clear rooms, where bills feel like weather just blowing right through the walls. Their immediate job as architect is to start building basic walls, creating a simple budget, seal the leaks by cutting unnecessary spending, and perhaps add a small, sturdy room just for savings. Someone earning more might have a substantial structure already, but maybe the layout is inefficient because money is sitting idle, or parts are crumbling under the weight of high-interest debt. Their task is optimizing flow, reinforcing weak areas, and perhaps adding new wings. Like investments, the ambitious individual is designing financial skyscrapers, complex income flows, scaling revenue, integrating personal and business finances seamlessly. Regardless of the scale, the core process is surprisingly simple. Assess the current structure, envision the desired one, and make deliberate choices to build or renovate towards that vision. The surprising insight tucked away here is your incredible agency. Your financial reality isn't some predetermined fate. It's a design you absolutely have the power to alter, sometimes with surprisingly small changes. You are not trapped in the house someone else built for you. It requires stepping back, truly understanding the current state of your building, deciding exactly where you want to go with it, and then making conscious choices to construct that path brick by deliberate brick. People often think you need drastic, painful overhauls, but often it's an ongoing process of small, thoughtful refinements, like adding a window here or reinforcing a foundation there. You are the architect, and the tools to redesign your financial life are literally available to you at this very moment. So, your action today is a moment of deep reflection. If you were truly the architect of your financial life, stepping back and looking at your building objectively, what is one small change you would design right now to make the flow better, to make the structure stronger or more aligned with your vision? Don't get bogged down in how you'll do it yet. Just identify the specific, single change you would make if you felt fully in control and held the blueprint in your hand. Write it down. This one habit of identifying the desired change changed everything for me. Welcome to today's transformation dive here on Earn Flow Zone. You know, it's wild how many people feel like they're playing financial defense, constantly reacting, swatting away unexpected bills like mosquitoes at a summer picnic. We often live on autopilot, accepting whatever default settings life or marketing throws at us when it comes to money. But what if I told you that control, real financial power, isn't about strict deprivation, but about smart, strategic design? It's about building a system that works for you, almost automatically, freeing you from that constant money anxiety loop. If you're into real, actionable money and mindset content, hit like and subscribe. It helps way more than you think. Drop a comment with where you're watching from or your biggest money habit win. Let's dive in and change the way you think about success. So, let's bring it all together. The core principle we've explored today is the profound shift from being controlled by money, living on financial default settings, choosing the easy, often expensive paths, and constantly reacting to circumstances, to consciously taking the steering wheel. This means becoming the architect of your financial life, understanding your current flow, intentionally designing a better one, and using powerful systems like automation to make the right choices not just easier, but often inevitable. You don't need perfect discipline 100% of the time. You need smart design and effective systems. It's like setting up your GPS before you leave. You trust the directions instead of constantly course-correcting based on every traffic jam. What happens if you ignore this lesson? If you keep accepting financial defaults, keep choosing convenience without counting the real cost, keep reacting instead of designing, you stay stuck feeling like money controls you rather than the other way around. That persistent dread around your bank account never truly goes away. You might earn more, but you'll find ways to spend it because the underlying architecture of your financial life hasn't fundamentally changed. People often underestimate just how much they pay in unnecessary interest, fees, and simply lost opportunity cost over a lifetime. It's likely far more than you imagine, easily equivalent to buying a few cars or even a small property. You'll miss out on the quiet, powerful growth of automated saving and investing, which compounds silently in the background, like a secret financial superpower. Ultimately, you'll continue feeling stressed, anxious, and even powerless around money, perhaps telling yourself it's too complicated, or that you're just not good with money. The biggest cost isn't just the lost dollars, it's the lost peace of mind and the lost opportunity to build the secure, abundant future you truly want and deserve. It's the feeling of being a passenger in your own financial life. But by consciously taking back the steering wheel, even just a little bit at a time, you fundamentally change the trajectory of your financial life. You replace that gnawing anxiety with a sense of agency and purpose. You replace passive loss, money slipping through your fingers without you noticing, with active gain. You start building positive financial momentum that carries you forward. And here's the powerful truth. It doesn't require a massive, overwhelming overhaul today. It starts with simple awareness and one small, conscious step. The single most powerful action you can take right now, today, to begin taking the steering wheel back is something simple and maybe a little uncomfortable because it shines a light on reality. Track your spending for just one single day. Don't budget. Don't judge yourself. Just observe. Every coffee, every little swipe of a card, every online purchase that shows up. Where does your money actually go when you aren't consciously directing it? This simple act reveals your current defaults, exposes the convenient leaks, and shows you the exact places where you can begin to redesign your financial flow. Start there. Track for one day. The insight you gain is the essential first brick in building your new, intentional financial reality, one built by design, not default. Bringing it all back, remember that this journey is about reclaiming your power. It's about understanding that you are not bound by your past money habits or the world's default settings. You have the ability to choose, to design, and to automate a financial life that serves your deepest goals and brings you genuine peace. That initial step of tracking spending for a day might feel small, but it's a moment of profound awareness, the kind that precedes real transformation. It's acknowledging where you are so you can deliberately plot where you want to go. True financial freedom isn't about having millions. It's about having control and peace of mind, knowing your money is working for your life. In the end, your bank account will catch up to your mindset, not the other way around.